Hi Eric, it's pretty unique when Microsoft issues an R2 of a product within 1 year. What's wrong about the product?
Well, we're very excited about this new release.
So it's nothing wrong, it's something
Nothing wrong
very
with the
exceptional
product.
new.
Yes, we in this release we're showing how the power of software applied to the exciting space of communications can accelerate the pace of innovation. So on top of our 2007 release, this R2 adds new capabilities with conferencing, new attendant console capabilities, and new ways to access through programmatic APIs the communications platform. To truly integrate communications, you need an open software platform. One that has published APIs, one that has open protocols, and most important, one that brings together all the communications for the end user. It's the power of software that makes that happen. So we will run with existing server hardware. We will work with vendors to create endpoints, whether it's telephony devices or innovative PCs and webcams. In doing that, we do end up replacing what has been a legacy PBX with a software-based communications platform.
Now Microsoft, to put it bluntly, is not known for its openness as it comes to software. You're a closed software vendor. So what is open about it?
Well, it's important to understand the difference. We have a development model where we write our code and we don't publish it open source for the most part. But what we do have is a very strong commitment to interoperability, published and documented and supported APIs, and the ability for rich developer APIs and experiences so that people can build applications on top of the platform and that it, of course, can interoperate with existing systems that you might have. It is about the new way of work, so that people can communicate with each other regardless of location, regardless of what device you're on. It's about people communicating with people so they can get work done.
If you know R1, what's now added to it which makes the thrill?
Well, I'd say the most exciting enhancement that we have is dial-in audio conferencing so that people can meet on any device, on any form, and have a very rich conferencing experience.
Eric, give us some examples of this new way of work or new form of communications.
Well, one example is the Microsoft Office in Amsterdam. It has a complete setup to support the new way of work. There aren't any telephones or even offices. People come in with their laptop and their mobile device, and they have all of their communication capabilities available to them regardless of where they're sitting, so that they can interact, collaborate, and work together in a very open, fluid way.
But still they have two numbers. They have the number of the office and they have their mobile number. Is that going to disappear?
Well, on my business card I only have one, because when my work number rings, Office Communications Server is smart enough to know where I am, and it'll ring my PC, it'll ring my mobile phone, it'll ring my home phone if that's where I am at a given time. So I only have one number, regardless of where I'm connected from.
Hi guys, meet Jamie Stark. He's working at Microsoft. Hi Jamie.
Hi.
Welcome in Amsterdam.
Oh, thank you very much.
What are you doing at Microsoft?
Well, I'm a technical product manager in the Office Communications Server group, and I specialize in the voice infrastructure and the voice capabilities of Office Communications Server.
So now you're here for a kind of pre-announcement of R2?
Absolutely. This is our disclosure of R2. So we're just coming out now publicly saying that we have a new release to the Office Communications Server product line. It's called Release 2, and that's going to be available in February.
If I would let you go, you would talk for probably 3 days. Can you show us a bit of the most spectacular things of R2, which is different from R1?
This is the new Office Communicator R2 client. So it looks very much the same from the previous client. There are a couple things that you'll notice are a little bit different. We've expanded out the presence model, so now we're adding in things like showing that this particular contact is away from their device, and this device identifies them as a phone because they're not able to receive instant messaging. So to do the conference call scheduling, one of the things we've added in R2 is I can just click on the ability to schedule a conference call, and now I have the capability to join this conference using a whole variety of means. We, in the first release, had the ability to just join the conference using Communicator. What we've added in R2 is the capability to also join using a web browser and to join using any standard public switch telephony network number. So any standard phone number over any standard phone. So you could join in from your mobile device, you could join in from a hotel room, you could join in from a public payphone, any place where you may be where you have a phone, you'll be able to join into a conference that's created directly on Office Communication Server.
Any conference with any device is instantly set up.
That's right.
That's the basic
That's
idea.
right. So now I, of course, can set this up and can configure to say, maybe I want to have this conference just available to people within my organization. Maybe I want to have this conference available to anybody, regardless if they're authenticated to the conference or not. You, as the conference creator, have the ability to choose that. The dial-in number is actually going to be sent along with the invitation. So with the invitation, he's going to get, or they're going to get the ability to connect with Communicator, with a web browser, or with the dial-in number.
So he can use his mobile device and phone into the dial-in number and is part of the conference.
That's exactly right. So now, because I have Communicator installed on this system, I'm just going to go ahead and click on that. That's going to instantly bring up the conference. Now I have the choice to join this conference call, or if I want, I can join it from another phone number. I'm just going to click to join. And now I'm the first participant in that conference call, and we'll get the participants list. There we go. So now I'm in this conference, and I'm waiting for someone else to dial in. From this user, here's the conference that we've just sent out, and here's that dial-in information.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to take this phone number. I'm going to add it into Communicator. So I'm going to dial in, even though I'm using Communicator to dial in, I'm dialing in using the same path that someone would dial in from any other PSTN phone.
So that basically can be any PSTN phone.
Well, I'm using Communicator to dial in that same manner. So we don't have this little demo area hooked up with the broader network. But if we did, you could dial it directly from your cell phone right now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and click to dial that in.
Welcome to the audio conferencing center. At any time during this message, please enter the conference ID followed by the pound sign.
So it's asking for the conference ID, which is right here.
Thank you. Please stand by while we transfer you to the conference. Please also note that your conference may be recorded.
So in conference calling, though, I have a tremendous amount of capability as the leader here to be able to do all sorts of things with this call. So I can mute my own personal line. I can put myself on hold and take other calls. I can actually remove people directly from the conference. I can mute that person to where if they're typing or if they're munching on crisps or they're doing something that's annoying the conference, then I can mute that line. Or I could actually promote that person to be the leader, and now this person actually has that same capability and can also mute others and remove other people from conferences as well. So we offer a tremendous amount of capability for folks when they join into conferences using Communicator. So we've also added the capability to join using a web browser. So I'm gonna join in as if I was an unauthenticated user. So it asks, do you have a user account on the Fabricam.com corporate network? I'm going to say, no, I do not. My display name is Mr. User.
If I have a mobile device, you're still trying to register that. But the point is, I don't want to.
So now I'm joining this conference.
So a completely anonymous person with only a web browser.
They've just joined in. They've just joined directly into this conference. This is the attendant console. It looks significantly different from Communicator because it's designed to run full screen, and it's designed to be a way that I can manage lots and lots of conversations, either instant messages or phone calls, in a very fast and efficient manner. So what I have here is a couple different screens. This first screen is the screen that shows my active conversation. If I get any phone calls, they're actually going to show up here. They're actually going to show up here at the top of the screen. And so now I see that, yes, it's ringing, it's real. So I see that Rock is calling. Maybe I'm going to ignore that particular phone call. But what's great is that if somebody calls back, maybe I just wasn't able to answer a phone call and they call right back, you see right up here on the screen that I have a repeat caller. How many times is it frustrating when you call, you don't get connected, or something happens, or you accidentally get disconnected, and now that person, when they call right back, they get alerted. This person just called within the last 30 minutes. And then you can answer uniquely and say, hi, I understand that you just called. How is it that I can help you? And you can
basically you take over the call to someone who doesn't pick up the phone.
Yes. So we have another phone. That other phone is going to call into Rock. A message will get popped up here saying you have an incoming phone call, and it's also being forwarded to your delegates. So I'm also ringing my delegates, and now the call is being delivered over here to Anthony. So now I'm actually acting on behalf of Rock. So the call, I see that the call was originally destined for Rock, but I'm taking it and I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle this call from Holly on behalf of Rock. I have a variety of different methods. I could transfer the call directly. I could put the person on hold and do what's called a consultative transfer. Or one of the great things about having instant messaging is that I could put that call on hold. Let's say Rock
forward it to his mobile phone.
That's right. Or let's say Rock is currently showing in presence information for urgent interruptions only. So instead of calling and asking, hey, can I transfer a call to you, I can instead just use instant messaging. So right from within this window, I can say, can I transfer this call to you?
Just wait a minute.
Yeah. So Anthony's asking, can I transfer this call to you? So that comes up to Rock as a direct instant message. And so maybe Rock says, no, I can't. Please forward to voicemail. It's something that I just could not do on a standard big phone that's a hard base attendant console. I don't have the ability to do instant messaging. I don't have the ability to view presence. But with the attendant console that's based in software, I have all those capabilities.